India won the toss and their engines were heated and started. Arshdeep picked up a wicket in the first over. It was that sport mode on. And since then, the Indian bowlers were cruising along. Lots of laughter, smiles, the playful energy that we saw in the field. They've restricted South Africa to 270 runs. And Quinton Kock got 106. Temba Bavuma got 48. But otherwise, nothing really for South Africa to speak about. Kuldeep Yadav picking up 4. Prasidh picking up 4 as well. We're back at Cricbuzz Live. I've got Joyda and I have got Zach with me. We predicted it would be a small ground, large numbers would be scored, but that's not what happened. But Indian fans will be very happy, Zach.
Yes, I think, looking at how South Africans were going at about 35 overs mark, it was just a perfect platform for them to maybe look at 350 as a number. Yes, 1 or 2 wickets more than what they would have liked at that stage. But still, it was just about, batting sensibly, scoring run a ball was going to get you to 315, 320, that kind of a total. But I think the Kuldeep factor came in for rescue for the Indian bowlers for sure at that stage, picking up wickets. That's exactly what South Africa didn't want at that stage. So I think it's an initiative lost for South Africa from doing all the hard work and creating that platform, and for Indian bowlers staying in the game by picking wickets.
We were talking about in the comm box, Joy, that at the 15th over point, there were 78 for 1. At the 35th over, 218 for 5. Kuldeep still had 5 overs to go. And you had said that, if South Africa does something silly, they'll throw their wickets away because it was that kind of a day, that kind of a pitch. And do you think that's what happened, or India just bowled much better?
I think India bowled better, definitely. Look, it's not, you don't get wickets only on luck. So, I think Prasidh's second spell was a very, very important spell because he comes back. And, he first gets Pitske. He gets those 3 wickets in the middle.
Yes.
And that makes a huge difference again because the brakes are put on and they have to look at it. And you just take a look at that, 4.2, because some really good early bowling from Arshdeep and Harshit. Then, they take Prasidh for a lot of runs. 6.2, 8.1, 21 to 30. Just look at that run rate there. They are just cruising at that stage, but they've lost wickets, that extra wicket they've lost. And that basically what happens is that crack opens, allows Kuldeep to come in. And I think he creates havoc among the lower order. And I think very difficult for, batters, more experienced batters. See, to play Kuldeep, you need to be a good, really good batter. Or you need to have spent some time in the crease and being able to see him for a few balls. And neither happened for the remaining batters. And he was just fantastic towards the end.
Before we get to Kuldeep, I have to talk about Prasidh because we spoke about the pressure that he would be under, especially after that last game. Everything against him on social media. And Zach said that you're happy that they backed him. They backed him. He didn't have a good first spell. 2 overs, 27. So that confidence was really low. The second spell when he came back out, we'll see the pitch map as well. He bowled a little fuller, like you said, in the comm box as well. And we see that he got those 3 wickets in that spell.
I think it's a very easy story to explain, isn't it? And you don't have to go to the previous game also. It's just about, within this 10 overs which he has bowled, you can see the first spell, it was on the shorter side. That has been something. See, if your percentage is higher on the shorter side, which you've seen with Prasidh, normally is going to be the case, but he's equally got, he's got ability to bowl that fuller length as well. And bowl those good Yorkers, has got good variations. Now, how do you stack up together? I think, it's just about someone sitting with him and making you understand that, look, it's just about tilting that percentage a little bit on the other side. What happens when you are predominantly bowling short, the batters are also, you're giving batters that much more time to be expecting that delivery. So they are in position maybe a fraction of a second earlier than they would like. So that makes it tough for you, even if you bowled a decent short pitch delivery.
Yes.
The batter has got more time, so it looks different. It looks that he's taken advantage of that. So it's just about changing those numbers. Today that was exactly the case. He started just mixing it. So if you see the percentage just being on the higher side with regard to those extra foolish deliveries, which is not exactly full. I mean, when I'm saying full, it's just about, the good length, and just a touch fuller than that. And he just stacked up those percentages a little bit higher than what he has been doing so far in the series. And the result is there, which is surely going to help him with his confidence as well.
No, I just love the way. I mean, look at it. You're right. 9th and 11th, he goes for 27, those two, 17 and 10. And the captain is in no situation. Captain is then thinking, where do I go? Because we haven't played a six bowler today. So he throws the ball to Tilak, who bowls one decent over, then gets hits for runs. So at some point, he has to return to Prasidh. So he returns on the 27th. And Prasidh, the good thing is that the first over in the 27th, he doesn't get the wickets. But he gives only 2 runs. And the captain also has the confidence that, okay, he's now bowling at a, he's up to his length a bit. The next over, 29th, he goes and gets those 2 vital wickets.
Yes.
And then again in 33rd, he comes back and takes perhaps the most important wicket because it's Quinton de Kock.
Yeah.
A set Quinton de Kock.
Yeah, set Quinton de Kock, who's already on a century. And Quinton de Kock has a reputation for making big hundreds. Not just hundreds, he has a reputation for big. So that is a crucial wicket. De Kock goes across the line, just bowls him all ends up, full length delivery. And I think that's it's a real, not just it's one about skill of bowling and adjustment. 2, I think it's about character. He's really got hammered. I mean, the captain has thrown the ball to a 6th bowler, means he knows this is the bowler I'm trying to replace and get overs out.
Yes.
And he comes back and he really bowls beautifully.
Also, Zach, we saw a long chat that KL Rahul had with Prasidh just before that second spell. So like you were saying, someone needed to just tell him that maybe you need to vary that length around a little bit, which we saw. We saw him do that. As a bowler, how important is it? Because see, you have the skill set, you do the practice, but on match day, under that pressure, when you get hit around, do you just need a perspective from outside saying, listen, calm down, all you need to do is just vary that length a little bit?
Well, when we talk about the nerves, when
Yes.
we're talking about pressure, this is what pressure does. At times it just tightens you up, which is going to result in you not being hitting that rhythm. These small little things, and when you have 2 tough games to back, it's never going to be easy. So that's what the reflection from the first spell was. But when the second spell comes, obviously, you're playing the game. The captain is saying, "Hang on, let's not make things overcomplicated. Don't worry too much about the result. Just get the percentages higher in those areas, and then we'll see how it goes." And when you stack up few dot deliveries, you suddenly then feeling at ease and getting into it. And wickets always help.
Yes.
I think so. So the fact that he got some wickets in that spell really must have given him that confidence of taking things a notch higher, which is very important. Also, dew was not a factor, right? And it's a good judge for him as well. From the selection point of view, there were no one on the reserve bench to keep that pressure as well. The 3 seamers is something which was inevitable in this series. Is what we've seen so far, looking at the conditions. So I think everything just stacked up well, and this performance definitely is going to help him regain that confidence.
Joyda, you spend a lot of time around players as well. There are certain players who get egged on when they are pushed, but there are certain players who need that arm around your shoulder. We've seen Prasidh today. We saw KL chatting with him. Kuldeep Yadav is one such player as well. Today, he didn't need that arm around him because he kept begging and pleading for those reviews. Saying, please, someone take that.
I have seen Rohit in amazing... him and Rohit have an old equation.
Yes.
And in fact, I remember 2018, the IPL going on, and Kuldeep is playing for KKR and he's getting hammered. They're not playing him in matches. And Kuldeep is a guy, you're playing for India and you're not getting picked by your IPL side is really difficult. And Kuldeep, as you said, is a confidence guy. And I remember the match was in Mumbai and Mumbai won that match easily. But Rohit made it a point to go to Kuldeep, spend time with him, put his arm around him, because he knew that this is my crucial bowler for the 2019 World Cup. Kulcha is my spin attack. And Rohit has always been very good like that. He players under him, players he believes in, all players, he tends to back them. And I think what I loved about it is the way he said, "Kya le raha hai? Kya review le raha hai tu?" He had that look on his face that, look, I can see it drop.
Yeah.
And Kuldeep is looking that very hopeful, this thing. And then
And not once. This happened 4 times. It kept happening one after the other.
But I'll tell you one thing. You know what I'm enjoying the most of this? I'm enjoying 2 superstars who have done everything in their careers, just enjoying themselves in the field and having a good time.
Yes.
Just see how relaxed Virat is also. He takes the catch, he's having fun, he's moving around. Rohit is having the blast of his life. It doesn't hurt that he's also much fitter than before. So
Diving around everywhere.
What a dive. Did you see the one of he stopped a certain 4 out there. So he's also feeling good on the field. Physically he's feeling good about himself. He's out there in the middle. But that's it. they're just so relaxed. And, when two of the biggest players in your team are so relaxed, the entire team sort of feels much better about themselves. And I think that energy, that relaxation, that calmness, that enjoy the game, don't worry, it'll happen. I think that's seeping through to all the players.
Yes. No, so that kind of, like you said, it seeps through the entire team. And Kuldeep today, he anyway loves playing against South Africa. He's picked up 36 wickets against South Africa. And it's, again, look at that average there, 17.58, a strike rate of 21.3. There's just certain teams, Zach, that mentally maybe you've done so well against them that you already have that inner confidence when you go to play against them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, the numbers also suggesting that those are staggering numbers.
He's one of them.
16 matches.
Whenever Graeme Smith used to see, he used to feel very happy. He's got the ball in his hand. Graeme Smith is batting.
To sum it up, yes, you do have that advantage. Kuldeep is well aware of that fact that South African batters, they're very shaky when it comes to facing him. And, just get an inroad and you know that one can bring two can turn into 3 wickets. So I think, that's the kind of attitude which Kuldeep has shown so far. And that's the way you've seen Indian team also using his services. 35 over to maybe 45 overs. That one window where batters can look to go hard if they have a strong platform. Kuldeep can change things around. And today was a classic example of that. 218 at 35 over mark with 5 overs of Kuldeep left. And Kuldeep responding in this fashion. Clearly having the impact on the total which South Africa set, that 40-50 runs we're talking about, which is a huge margin in this this format. So I think, Kuldeep has done the job tremendously well for his team today.
And also Kuldeep is someone who always manages to pick up wickets. He does something. He's someone who is always looking for those wickets, and that's something a captain always looks for.
Absolutely. He's a wicket-taking bowler. He's not scared to get hit. From the start of his career as an under-19 player also, he took a hat-trick in his under-19 first season. And his ability to be able to go after batters. See, the other thing is that every team needs 2-3 almost designated bowler, 1 or 2 at least, who the tail can't face. Tail end, they finish off tail enders.
Yes.
Either because of their speed and their accuracy. So Bumrah is one of them for India. But Kuldeep is also another, because how many left-arm leggies do you face? So Kuldeep is a very unique bowler. Kuldeep, Varun, if you're not a batter who's used to playing these players, they're very difficult to face, especially for lower order batters. 5-6 overs left, you don't have time to see yourself in. You're trying to hit him out of the attack. Kuldeep will always get wickets under these circumstances, and he did exactly that. He put them under so much pressure. They were swinging around. You look at Ngidi batting against him, it's a matter of time.
Yes.
When does he give his wicket? He's going to give it in the 3rd ball, the 4th ball, but he's going to get the wicket.
Well, you'd call the Joyda. You remember you saying that this over we are getting a wicket. That's what happened. Kuldeep picked up 4, Prasidh picked up 4. Arshdeep started off very well with that 1 wicket in the first over, and a very important wicket by Jadeja as well, because that partnership was really growing and he got Bavuma at the correct time, Joyda.
Yeah. Bavuma was a very vital wicket because, again, Bavuma and de Kock were taking the game away from India. And I think it was very important to get that wicket there, because that was the first chink in their armour. Till then, after the first wicket they lost early, Rickleton they lost early, they hadn't put a foot wrong. They had seen out India's early attack, 3 overs, just 1 run scored, 1 for 1 after 3 overs. They've accelerated, they've taken the run rate to 5.9, 6, 6.2. That wicket was also crucial.
But Zach, when you look at South Africa's batting card, there was Quinny de Kock who got that 106. There's Bavuma who scored. But otherwise, the contributions are going to be very disappointing, because there was Brevis who got the 29, 20 from Keshav Maharaj. But they didn't have anyone who really stepped up, because in 50 overs, you need those big partnerships, which we didn't see.
I think on the hindsight, for sure, they will look at the decision which they made with Aiden Markram batting at 5 is something, which debatable. Someone who has been in form, when it's a forced change, you got to weigh in pros and cons and then back your instincts. I think that itself shows the defensive mindset. That someone needs to control things in the middle.
Yes.
But someone who started and continued to bat throughout the innings, who's got the ability to play long innings, can actually continue with the form which is shown in the previous game, carry that confidence and bat 25 overs. If someone is scoring 100, you are going to be out there for 25-30 overs, which could have taken care of all the things. So it's just the mindset. In a positive mindset, you say, okay, Makram can stay there till 30 overs. You give him that kind of role that you can take your time, as opposed to him batting out of the order. Rickleton was the change, could have done the hard yards which Zorzi was doing for them, and adapted. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. You still have Brevis, you still have Janssen and Bosch to follow, with regard to power. It's just about getting the game to that level and that situation where you have the advantage. So I think South Africa missed that opportunity of showing that faith, that confidence in their batting, and also the situations.
Yes.
So when you're talking about 35 over 218, and you know that okay, Kuldeep's 5 overs are there, you got to have a certain plan. Why do you want to take the wicket taker on at that stage? Is there any other options which that they could have opted out for? What was the plan? I think the plan was to look to put Kuldeep under pressure by hitting sixes. But Kuldeep is someone who we've seen likes it when someone is taking that kind of route, which creates a wicket-taking opportunity for him. So you played in Kuldeep's hand at that stage, and that's where you see this difference of maybe 50, 60 runs.
And also just the Makram move, like Zach is saying, he had the form. It was surprising that he came down at number 5. Also, when you make that forced change, Joyda, and you have to kind of shuffle the batting order around because Rickleton likes to open as well. So it made Makram come down. It always kind of messes the combination, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And not only that, who do you want to keep happy?
Yes.
Who do you want to keep set? The guy who's just scored a century for you, or the guy who's walking to the team who you have dropped for Bavuma? So if I was to look at it, I would turn around and say it is more important for me to keep Makram batting in his spot and stay stable than to move his position around because Rickleton can't bat at 5. I'm sure Rickleton can bat at 5. It's not a question of not batting at 5. He may not have batted at 5. But it's not that it's a specialist skill. And look, exactly as Zach is saying, he did not need to necessarily increase the pace. You have guys like Brevis also after that. You have Janssen also outside who can hit it out of the ground. I'll tell you one more thing. I mean, Zach is so absolutely correct in the statement that they went too early and they took on the bowler they need not have taken on. Okay, they fell 4 overs short, number 1. Okay, so even Arshdeep has not completed his quota. They fell short. The second thing, it's not as if it's just a chance that those 2 wickets fell. There were at least 3 shots on Kuldeep where they were, the ball just fell short, the ball just came close by, the ball just went up into a space and fell into no man's land. So it's not even that one ball they hit a miss shot and they were out. They were taking chances. It was bound to happen that one of those chances will be taken. One of those chances will go to hand.
Yes.
And what Zach is saying is, why take on him? You have 15 overs left. 10 overs is a bowler. The other guy is whatever. Prasidh is a good bowler. So is Arshdeep. They're not Bumrah. They're not Kuldeep. They're not tricky bowlers. By taking on these people, you're opening yourself to somebody coming into bat who doesn't know how to play a Kuldeep. And therefore, you're really, really endangering it. You don't have too many batters there.
Yes.
And they took that risk against Kuldeep, that's a pivot of the game. That's 50 runs. The pivot of the game is 5 overs of Kuldeep left, play him out, take 2s, 3s, hit the loose ball if there's a loose ball. And it's not that Kuldeep is getting sharp turn. There's the ball, he got 1 wicket because, they misjudged it. The others, they were all hitting against the turn and trying to hit him out of the ground.
Well, they'll be really disappointed because the start they caught that Quinton de Kock gave them 106 of 89, 6 sixes. Quinton de Kock, like Kuldeep, loves playing against South Africa. Quinton de Kock loves playing against India. This is his 7th century against India, Zach. He's equalled with Sanath Jayasuriya, but he's done it in way lesser innings than Sanath Jayasuriya. So he loves playing against India.
Yeah, I remember, I think the first series when he played against India, he scored 300s. So India has been his favorite team. There's no doubt about that. And he's a quality player.
Yes.
Look, he's got this hunger for runs. If he's in, he's going to make it count. And all his hundreds have been big hundreds. So that way it's a very crucial breakthrough which Prasidh got today, getting Quinton out, because he's got that kind of lookout towards building his innings. He would have been very, very threatening for India at that stage. But he's a class act, when he's on song. Doesn't really get phased by seam bowling for sure. Pace is something, the short pickup shots which we've seen, and the pull shots which we've seen of Prasidh also. They're always a trademark Quinton de Kock shots, and he's been lucky also initially, with the swing when Arshdeep was bowling. Maybe a couple of odd chances, but the shot making and the timing was classy today.
So after the 23 World Cup, he had announced retirement, and we all wondered why he announced the retirement, and clearly so, because he's out there playing like he played when he was a little kid.
I think he was just Shahid Afridi must have given him a call and said, "यार एक दो नहीं करने से थोड़ा drama क्या होता है life में." But honest, I think what was also happening was all these players are going around the world playing various T20 leagues and matches, and I think he was also playing a lot of them. And I think somewhere in the middle, he's rediscovered his love. He wants to play for his country again. And look, that's what I'm saying, that all credit to him. And I think somewhere South Africa has suffered that he was out of cricket for 2 years. I mean, as all of us feel, we all think AB de Villiers called it too early.
Yes.
He should have played that last World Cup. And these are things that they will just look back on and wonder as to, when you take that decision, please sit down, count to 10, then relax. Spend another 7 days, then count to 10 again. Please don't take a decision to retire in a hurry.
Well, there are few cricketers who've chosen to take.
What did you do?
That kind of a decision. I think it's just an impulsive decision. I feel. See what happens. With so many leagues also going around with international cricket. At some stage, it gets to you.
You're constantly playing.
I mean, but I feel, if you ask me, frankly, it's just about playing international cricket more, because it just gets you the exposure and the quality which you get at the international cricket level is something which prepares you, where you feel the franchise cricket is easier. Right? But if you take the easy option, it's going to go down from there. I think, in terms of preparation, in terms of how you look at things, the quality of cricket also has a different kind of implications. So I think somewhere down the line, I think he was pushed to that level where he felt that, okay, it's just easier to play a smallish format, but then international cricket is international cricket, and the satisfaction which you get when you do something good for your country is non-comparable that way. So I think he's made the right call that he's come back, because international cricket needs players like Quinny who can deliver.
And he's someone who's never satisfied with a 50, because if he gets a 50, he has to get to 100. His conversion rate is absolutely incredible, Joyda. The names under him are big names, but 41.81 is the conversion that he has. So you said that if he scores big. Even if he scores a ton, he scores big. So today, after the 106, he was really disappointed that, how can I get out on 106?
Exactly. No, absolutely. And look at that in the record, Harshi Mamla, Virat Kohli, these are all great players. Yes. David Warner. Again, Warner is a player who, even in the IPL, if he gets set, he does not want to get out. He wants to take it to the ultimate. And I think you love players like that, because they will not waste opportunities. The worst thing that players have is well set, everything is going right, and they throw it away. And these players just don't. And the day Quinn is feeling it, he's really feeling it. In fact, that was the single biggest wicket of the innings. Because that Quinn stayed wrong for another 10-15 overs, or even 5-10 overs, it could have been a very different game.
Yes. Well, today, someone who was very smiley behind the stumps was KL Rahul from the beginning. I don't know if you all saw the footage, because we were here at the toss. After winning the toss, he did this fist pump because he was just so relieved. It was a victory which he's never felt, flying around, catching or scoring big runs. He had that fist pump when he won the toss. But since then, he's been smiling a lot. We saw an agitated Rahul in that last game. We saw him usually not very animated with words, but he was when he told Prasidh and was angry, reprimanded Prasidh as well. Today, completely relaxed, completely happy. Were you happy with the way he rotated his bowlers around?
Yeah, I think, when you look at how the game unfolded, you got to make few decisions proactively as the game is unfolding. And I think, when Prasidh's first spell went for few more than he would have liked, then quickly understanding that, okay, you need the sixth bowling option, even if it's on the expensive side, you need those ability to have those options that up your sleeve at the back end. So that is a good decision which he made, I felt. Also bringing Arshdeep earlier, you've seen in the last two games, he's kind of thinking that, okay, Arshdeep is someone who is going to be predominantly used in the back 10, and then not really looking at him as an aggressive option early on, say around 30, 34 mark, which he did today, which is good. And Prasidh, that spell result in wickets.
Yes.
Quickly understanding that, okay, I have more room to play right now. So that is something which was good, keeping 5 overs of Kuldeep at that stage as attacking option. So yeah, I think he's had a good day as a captain on the field.
Joyda, you were talking about Quinton de Kock, and you said players like him take the opportunity and they don't let go of that. There's one name that comes to everyone's mind when you say take and make the most of that opportunity, and that's the chase master who we'll be seeing very soon. 271 India needs to get. Can we expect 100 from a certain Virat Kohli? And
don't put the monkey on his back. I think they're just having too much fun. Let those two guys, they're like schoolboys. You see them on the field, they were today like schoolboys, laughing, giggling. Then the only person who's going to give a really hard time to KL Rahul today is Rohit. He said, "Kya yaar, is pe tune review liya?" The way he was looking at him. And not only that, after that, then he's turning around and looking at Kuldeep and saying, "You believed him. You took a review. You believed him. You believed the bowler." And the way he had this. So, yeah, look, guys, this is a very special time in Indian cricket. This is a series where they're relaxed. It's not a lot of pressure. These players have 15 years, they've carried India with a lot of pressure. They're enjoying the cricket. Let them play. There are lots of people who can win this match for India. I'm hoping, of course, that, he's done it once in his career. He scored 3 centuries in his career, 2018. In October 2018, he got 3 in a row. So, hell, if he's done it once, he can do it again. But don't put pressure on him. Let him enjoy it.
No pressure. He loves Vizag. He's going to his home ground and playing.
Correct. He averages about 97 there,
yes.
Right? Oh, yeah.
Those are those numbers.
Yeah.
So, 7 innings, he's got 300s here. So, no pressure at all. But, one thing you're talking about how both Rohit and Virat are looking like school kids. I just feel this phase in their career, they have these really strong fan clubs. We know all about the Rohit Virat fan clubs. For the first time, it feels like they are also having fun like school kids, and they're both now sitting together on a couch and watching Rohit and Virat, and it just feels so good that everything feels peaceful when the fan clubs are talking about each other. But Zach, there's something about Virat. It almost reminds me of the 2016 Virat, because we're seeing him jumping up in the air, those fist pumps, the hunger, the want to get runs. He always wanted those runs, but just that passion which we saw back in 2016, I think as fans we're seeing that again now. Do you think so?
Well, I think it's just about enjoying the game. If you ask him, he's going to reply it in exact same fashion. For him, certain things are very important. He keeps talking about those things of being out there on the field, giving his 120%, which means being involved in every delivery which is bowled on the cricket field. So I think he's always looked at the game that way. So things are not going to change for him with that regard. You just take things for granted that, okay, if you walk in, you're going to score runs, like how we're talking right now. Every time you walk in, that's the expectation you have, isn't it? That every time you're going to walk on the field, you're going to score 100, or you're expecting those sort of performances from him. And he has lived it right through, with all the pressures. And have figured out how to follow the process, how to keep mentally fit and fresh. Is this something which he's been talking about? He's in a good zone right now, having scored back-to-back hundreds. So I think it's just about hitting that zone again, getting the innings going again for him, and that's how he'll be looking at this innings as well. It's just about following the process which he's been following. Once you get into the innings, then all this preparation, everything takes a backseat, and you just let the game take over.
Joyda, there was just so much discussion. When there is a Rohit and Virat, there's always so much discussion, because most fans missed them from the test side. And then there was this little question that Harsha tried slipping in that post-match presentation, where he asked if he's going to come back, and he said no test cricket for me. But Virat is going back and playing the Vijay Hazare. The last time he played this was 2010. So he's going back after 15 years to play this. Is this any statement to, I don't know, the selectors, to the management?
Look, Vijay Hazare is a 50-over tournament.
Yes.
So I think what he's saying is that I am prepared to be fit for whatever 50-over tournaments India wants to play in the future, which means right up to the World Cup in 27. And barring injury, there's absolutely no doubt in anyone's mind that even at come 2027, he'll be one of the fittest players in the field. There's no doubt in anyone's mind because
Or
those are
2032 or 2037. So
because he's that is a commitment he's always made to himself and his body. He takes such good care of it. So that's not a problem at all. So he's made his statement about 50-over cricket. He's now very clear. Now, if you want him to change his mind about other things, I am not going to say anything. I can only say that every Indian man will say, yeah. I mean, both these guys, what do they not have that other people have? Of course, we have a very good T20 side without them as well. But in the mood they are in the place they are in, it would be nice to see them back.
So you are saying it would be nice to see them back. You said you're not saying anything, but you are saying that it would be nice to see them back.
No, okay,
on the next show, maybe Joyda will take out the list as well of players who've done that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Queenie comes back. People come back all the time. All they have to do is call Shahid Afridi and find out how to do it. Unretiring, there's only one man who can teach us how to unretire, Shahid Afridi.
Well, we'll hope that he comes out today feeling no pressure at all. We saw how relaxed they are. Gets the runs he does. It's just beautiful to see runs off Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma's bat. So we hope they both get big runs. But India also has an extra bat today with Tilak Verma. So they'll be going in with that confidence of having that extra batter.
Well, look, you often talk about the momentum shift, and that shift clearly happened, post that 35-over mark, when at that point looked like, it's going to be a tough game for India. South Africa has clearly got the upper hand. Right now, you can safely say that, it's advantage India at this stage. They're chasing below par total. There's no doubt about that. The pitch has looked good. You can take advantage of it. If dew is a factor, things are going to only become easier. So yeah, I think it's just about ticking that first 10-over box nicely. Getting the innings going, and then things should be okay. It should be an easy run chase, unless the first block of 10 overs is.
We've got to preserve wickets because if there's dew, if there's everything, at some point the game will ease up. So it's very important not to lose wickets early.
So then what is our prediction if we want that first spell to go India's way, take things easy?
I'm going in with 52.
I'm also going low on this one. No, 59. Not that low. 50.
My confidence has taken a beating because I was not going to go that low. But 52, 59, I'll go with 65.
Okay. Who got the prediction right? But
no one, unfortunately.
I was four away. I was 284. They got 270.
Yes. You were close, Joyda, but
no cigar.
Yeah, doesn't
close,
cut
no
it
cigar.
at all. We will find out and see if any of our predictions come true. We will find out and see if that hat-trick which all of India is hoping for, no pressure at all, but everyone's hoping for it. We will come back at the 10-over point at the Cricbuzz Combox. Thank you so much for watching Cricbuzz Live.